Hello and welcome back to the Boyfriends Club. I am God Fissa. Um, Today is I'm doing boyfriend number nine. Let me just check that that's correct. I have my handy dandy list here. Oh yeah, you can see that. You can see it says the Boyfriends Club. Everyone can read that. Yeah, number nine. Um, so, um, this is another kind of sad one because he has passed away as well. Um, Boyfriend number three just passed recently, so that's why I was crying in the video because I haven't gotten used to that yet. I think I'm still malfunctioning a bit. I've just been like living in filth for a couple of weeks, but I think that's the best I can do with my grief right now. Um, but Sandy died about a decade ago now, so it's still I still will probably cry because it's me, but um, I've gotten used to him being gone now. See, I'm almost crying already. I don't know why I thought this. I thought I have to explain why I'm not crying, and I'm just gonna cry. So be it. Um, uh, I Sandy was a really special one, um, because I don't know, like I was like, this was my first trip out of Canada after high school, so I was like 17 years old when I met him. Um, and he was like there for my 18th birthday, and on my 18th birthday, he gave me a SpongeBob radio that you could put in the shower, which I still have to this day. I cherish that so much. I won't even put it in the shower anymore because I don't like. I put it with like my most important knickknacks. Um, I bet it still works though, honestly. And Yeah, so after high school, I went and lived with my uncle on my mom's side. Well, I guess, yeah, doesn't matter. Um, my uncle Bobby, who also unfortunately has passed away. He died suddenly from an aneurysm, brain aneurysm, which is just super sad because he left behind kids, and I love them all very much. Um, they're in ye old Mexico. Um, God, there's so many things for me to cry about in this video. But anyway, uh, I after high school, my uncle invited me to come with him to the Caribbean to sell tequila, and my mom like Uncle Bobby, like I have his name tattooed on the first tattoo I ever did on myself or on anyone is of my Uncle Bobby. Um, I think I could show it to you. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, it'll come out backwards, but this is Bobby. And yeah, everyone knew Bobby was just kind of known in the family as like trouble. He was always like doing some scheme to get money, and like he used to be uh, a DJ at a strip club. So like he just got in all sorts of trouble. Like he was good fun. I loved him so much for all that he was. Um, Even when he ripped me off a little bit, I still loved him. I didn't care. He came back to Canada after a while. I think they'd been in Mexico or St. Martin, but they came to Canada to try to live here, and Bobby just found that there were too many rules and it wasn't for him. So he left, but he left a Jeep in my name. He'd gotten, like, I can't even drive, but I have like creditors for several years were contacting me about this Jeep that had just been abandoned in Squamish. Um, so like he was that kind of fun. He was like you never knew what was gonna happen, and yeah. So they kind of sent me there to like learn a life lesson. Like they knew he was gonna like pull some bullshit on me, but like in the most loving way possible. Like it was also good to just get to know him. Jesus. Oh my gosh. I've gotten so much better at not crying, but these are two people that I love so much. Ugh. So anyway, before before we went to the Caribbean, um, I holy shit, there's a third person dead in this story. Fucking hell. We uh we were waiting for the tequila shipment to come through. So they sent me with Bobby's mother-in-law, Loli, to St. Martin, which is like a half Dutch, half French island in the Caribbean. And not where I'm from. I'm part Jamaican, but um or half Jamaican. I just don't want to give that person credit of being half of me. Fuck your fractions. Um, yeah, so me and Loli went down early to wait for the tequila shipment to come. And she was like, I want to say 60 years old at the time, which sounds boring, but like she was actually the party animal. Um, we would like go we would wake up and we would wait for the sun to be out for a while because we had no heating, or we didn't need heating, but we had no electricity or warm water in the house. So it was it was a weird time. we would we would wait for the pipes to heat up from the sun so we could both take a shower quickly and both get a little hot water. And then uh, we would head to the French side of the island and go to her favorite bar where she just sat and drank all day. Like that was until everyone else showed up for like a month and a half, almost 2 months. I just like watched this lady drink all day, which was bizarre, honestly. I I was 17 and I don't know. I didn't know that ladies advanced in age could be so much fun or like be so slutty. Like she was actually like the coolest role model ever because she like didn't give a shit. She was like, I had my kids really early in life. I had my kids when I was like 20. And so like now I get to just do whatever I want and I'm not like in a wheelchair, you know? And I was like, that's pretty badass, lady. I like you. I like you a lot. But she would get trashed, and like just like flirt with men all afternoon. And like, honestly, she's the goat. She. I don't give her credit enough for like who I've become as a woman because like she just did not give a shit. She would sit there all day and like it didn't matter if it was like a 25-year-old. Like she was having that like. Um, and we also we were driving around in a Porsche, like an 80s Porsche that Bobby had left on the island. in this like souped up car, and like this is, I don't recommend this at home, but this is like how it was then, and like what island life can sort of be like. There's no like traffic cops, no one gives a shit. There's no like traffic, like there's no cameras or whatever, that no one's catching you speeding or drunk driving. And that was like all my family. That was pretty much the thing. It was the thing that was done. So like every day I would watch her get mashed at the bar, and then we'd hop in this Porsche, and she's like, it's one thing to be drink driving in like a minivan, but when you're in a Porsche and you're doing like you're driving stick, and you're like, Porsches are built for speed, not for safety. So, and she was like really touchy about like me telling her to do things. Like sometimes I'd want to like make a suggestion, and she'd just get really mad at me. And like once we were having a family meeting about the tequila, and I said to her, you should go and talk to this person. And she was like, should, don't tell me what I should do. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not trying to tell you. Like, we all had to calm her down, and they were like, in English you can say it like that, and it's not an order. It's like, that's not what she's not trying to like be the boss of you. So like I couldn't say anything about her driving, and I didn't drive myself, so I couldn't like take the wheel or drive us home, which honestly it would have been safer for me to drive us home not knowing how to drive, because she was speeding. And it was a fun car. And anyway, at some point we met Sandy. I think the first time, I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I remember the first time. Sandy, I'm gonna use his real name in this because he was an angel, and is right now. Don't cry again. And so one of the days that, I think we only met Sandy, or I only met Sandy when the tequila arrived. That's what it was. Because I remember he was like bringing stuff in. And I think, in fact, that I had been warned by Bobby and Ale, his wife. I think they told me to stay away from Sandy because they knew that he was trouble. And I remember thinking when I saw Sandy, like, oh good, I don't find him attractive. There's no problems here. Like, I'm not gonna lust after this man or hook up with him or whatever everyone's afraid of. And I can't tell you when that changed, but like we ended up having so much fun together. I can't tell these stories in order by any means because I was like liquor tequila drunk for most of it. Although back then, like, I could drink 10 shots of tequila and be fine. And that's when, like, Sandy and I started spending more time together alone because they would send him with me to, I would be a shooter girl for our brand of tequila, which was hilarious because, like, I was still, like, as I am now, I wear a bunch of boys' clothes and I'm not really like a, I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to hate on anyone, but I'm not like a girly girl. I'm more of an end-log pick-me, you know? But Sandy would take me to this. I had like a weekly gig at this bar that I have no idea what it's called anymore, but I would put on like sombrero and like a like a gun strap, but which tequila, which shot glasses could be held in, and I would try to get people to get drunk with me. So like I was trying to sell the tequila as much as possible. And like this is usually reserved for like hot slutty girls. Like in the and I mean that as a compliment. It's kind of like uh the girls in a club that don't strip, you know? They're like what the girls in they're called waitresses, Effie, Jesus Christ. Which are the ones that don't jiggle? Like good English. But yeah, so it was kind of a weird job for me to have, but like I was the only young lady in the family and it made sense. But I was really good at it, honestly. It's just like sometimes it got a little creepy and I had to be saved a couple of times. Like one time this guy my whole family was sitting in VIP. Usually it was just Sandy there. And this college like American frat guy came up to me and he was like, I want to do a body shot off of you. And I was like, I don't do that. I think I realize now, like literally just now, that like why people liked me as a shooter girl is because I was rude. Like it was like a dominatrix vibe. They were like, I was always like, shut up, drink, which is kind of which is I think it's in New Girl, and they're selling shots or whatever, and there's like Jess is like wearing like a old timey outfit, and the other shooter girl is like, come on dummy, shoot, come on dummy, drink, shut up you fucking idiots. Like I was like that, and like that works for some dudes. So but anyway, I was like, no, I don't do that. And he was like, come on. And I was like, I'm walking away from you. I was so funny. I wish I could remember some of my zingers, because I would just be like, I would just crush these men. And then they'd still like wander back over to me and be like, how about now? Like, say something meaner to me. I'm really have untapped potential. But yeah. And sometimes, so this time that my family was in VIP, I went up to go visit them, and the frat boy somehow wandered into VIP. Like I think he just saw me and just didn't realize there was like a barrier. And he gets up there and he sits next to me and he's like, how about a body shot now? How about it? And like I think my uncle was sat right here, so he heard it firsthand. And him and Sandy just flew up out of their seats. Like, I guess he just gave Sandy a look or something. And they had him, like, pinned against the wall. And they're like, we're going to cut you. You want to get cut? You want to get cut, fam? Like, fam wasn't a saying back then, but... yeah, it was really sweet. It was really nice to have someone threaten violence on my behalf. I felt loved. But yeah, so that like that's what I did, and so Sandy would bring me there and make sure that I was okay, and sometimes we would dance, and I didn't understand. Well, I kind of understood, but like I no, the part that I didn't understand, because we would dance, and like West Indian Caribbean dancing involves the butt a lot, and it involves grinding. So like you can do that politely and platonically, actually, which is like hard for people to absorb. But you know, like it's not that big a deal, maybe, is the point of it. It doesn't, just because you like put your butt on someone doesn't mean that you like them or that you're trying to sleep with them. It just, and if you grind yourself into that said butt, likewise. So I didn't, but the thing that I realized like a little later in life was that, because Sandy, like sometimes he would like stop mid-song or something, and I would be like, what the fuck, what are you, why, what? And like now I realize I was like giving boners with my micro twerks, and he was walking away from them. But um, yeah, I also like want to credit this, like I was only 17 for a few months and then I was 18 there. Like I celebrated my 18th birthday with him. And so he, and even then he didn't, like he cared for me but he didn't ever do anything. Like spoiler alert, nothing happened between us. Um he kind of like, actually now that I think of it, he's my first non-touch no touch boyfriend, because like I'll have to get into what a no touch boyfriend, how they qualify to be such. Um, but we spent so much time together and loved each other so much. It was just like, oh God, I miss him so much. Um, yeah, because he was like another person that gave me confidence. Like, he was South African. So not only had he been like living in the Caribbean for however many years on and off, he came from a country that has a lot of black people, and like I come from a town that does not. So the beauty standard for him was really different. Like I'll never forget, um, like whenever I see Khalees, because like I don't know how it came up in the conversation, if it was me or someone else, but the question was like Beyonce or Khalees, and he said Khalees, and I was like, that kind of blew my tiny mind, because like Khalees was, I couldn't have put my finger on it like exactly at the time, but I don't know. I think I could have, because that this is what like struck me at that time, was that Khalees was darker and she wore her natural hair, and I like had never seen a white guy interested in that. It was like the early 2000s. I graded. I'm not going to tell you what year I graded. Haha. It was the early 2000s. So that like wasn't a thing, and that like really made me change my mind about how I looked, because like I didn't like my curly hair. I'd been made fun of for it. I'd had it called pubes when I had it straight or out. I'm also 6 feet tall, so when I wear my afro, I'm 7 feet tall. Um, just fun shit like that. But he, like without being creepy, he always like made me feel good about myself. He gave self-esteem for sure. And like even my, like one day he was like, "Oh, your cute feet" or something, and I fucking hate my feet. They're flat-footed. They're like long like a greyhound. They're messed up. And but like as I've grown up, I've realized like you just have black people feet. That's fine. That's like not, there's nothing ugly about it. It's elegant. But yeah, just like stuff. I think him being South African actually um like changed my mind about myself, you know? It was like a lot of small things. And one particularly amazing day that we had was, we were supposed to go out and work and open a tequila accounts and like collect money and stuff. And then like Sandy was I was at this point I was 18 and he was 29. And so still kind of like a child basically. and, and he was like, you know what, I need a break. Like this is like, we've just like, we're going out of the driveway, and he's like, I think I need a break, let's go to so and so. And we went to this bar and like we ate something, and then Sandy was like, I want to drink some more, so why don't you take the keys and go practice driving in the parking lot. So I'm just like ripping around and like skeet, skirting. I'm skirting. Skeet is different. Skeet. God damn. Um, yeah, I had a delightful time just like, because I'd had a couple drinks at this point too. So I was just like drunk driving in this big gravel parking lot. And which honestly, great way to learn. Um, but I have no depth perception, so I'm a horrible driver and I can't drive. I still don't drive to this day because of driving around my drunk relatives on St. Martin. Um, I just I have the fear is too real. Um, and then like I don't know what else happened with the day. I think we did go to one account, and then cut to like the middle of the night. Like I don't know where we've been all day, and we're in this little hut, this little like Dominican. I don't know if it was a rest. I think it wasn't a restaurant. It was a hut. It was like not even a bar. Um, and it had like a jukebox, but it only played. It was Dominican, so it only played their Dominican. You can tell a bar is Dominican by like the slowed down reggaeton, and it's like ding 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 ding, and it's just like it's kind of annoying, but it's kind of a vibe as well. And I don't know. I don't know if he got in touch with Bobby or if I did. Um, but Bobby showed up, and me and Sandy were just like slow dancing to the Dominican music. Ding 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 ding. And we got in a lot of trouble. He yelled at us. I think he laughed, but he was also like, "You two aren't allowed to work together anymore." He still drove me to the Friday nights or whatever it was at that club that I did, but in terms of doing account work, we were not allowed to anymore, which I think was fair because we had too much fun. Um, and yeah, we had lots of like really personal talks, and I just like I will never forget him. I'm just realizing I'm like doing what he asked me to, but he used to say that I was gonna say, I don't know if it was save or change the world. I think it's, I don't know, I can't think right now, but he said he saw me on a beach somewhere writing a book and saving the world. And like my realization is like this is the Boyfriends Club was actually the book I was gonna write, and the work that I do outside of this with homelessness and um, things associated with that uh, is my little way of saving the world. I don't know if I'll save the whole thing, Sandy, but okay, I'm gonna go because I'm just gonna cry now. Love you, Sandy. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.